Willard, Little Feat, classic tune. I chose that one today because you have to have your fingers up to get only one string and let the other strings around it ring. And you have to use your index finger to play one string and mute the two strings that are beside it. This is a funny feature of our hand that we use a lot, and I'm bringing this up because Mel contacted me saying that his fingers, he had trouble playing because his fingers were fat fingers, which Lord knows I hear this all the time, and I thought I had fat fingers too when I started, is that it was too fat. They get the other string, they mute the other string when you're trying to let the other string ring. Well, I don't really worry about this much anymore, and the main reason is my teacher, Robert Newton III, genius, big guy. He had a choice between being a professional musician or to be a walk-on with the Los Angeles Rams as a defensive back. He was a big guy. He chose to be a musician. There's another guy I think of a lot too, named Red Volkart. He is an amazing country player. He mixes country and jazz and all kinds of stuff. I used to keep a picture of him on the wall in my studio years ago to show people whenever they came in and said their fingers were too fat. I'd be like, they're not as fat as his. And he is amazing. What we want to know is, how do people like this, who have these huge hands, wide hands, how can they play that well as they do? What's the secret? Well, it actually lies in our anatomy. It lies in the way the hand is constructed, which is one of the things that I've really gotten into in the past 10 years. If you look at your finger, if you hold your finger up and look at it like at the nail side or the fingerprint side, you'll see that on the top, it's pretty wide. It's pretty wide right there, you know? But if you turn it to the profile, to the other side, it comes up, it's more narrow, and it tapers. You see how it tapers up there? At the top, everybody's finger kind of, boop. It's not like it is on when you turn it to the nail side or the fingerprint side. It's kind of flat and blunt. So that's one of the reasons that we use the fingertips. And the way we often start playing guitar, since this is a stick, we grab it like a stick, right? And our fingers come in like this, at an angle. And they're often touching other strings like that. And they can't, so we often end up playing something like a D. Excuse me, my guitar is going off the screen. And we have thunk, note, note, thunk. Because our fingers are at an angle. But if you just let the thumb quit ruling the roost and turn a little bit, then you're at this angle, instead of this. So it's not as wide and your fingers can come in like this. You don't have to be as like nerdy straight as I am right now. I'm just illustrating this. But they get out of the way. And of course, if we want to mute a string, we turn to the side. And it does that accidentally on purpose, as I like to say. So the thing is, how do you practice doing this? The thing, we don't want to remember, oh, I have to turn my... You have to practice remembering, and one of the best ways to practice remembering, a skeleton key exercise, where you start playing like this, trains you to use that narrow side of your fingertips, right? We don't do it like this. That gets harder for a lot of reasons. It's because we're using the anatomy of the hand, the way the hand is designed. And remember, the guitar was designed by people with hands, for people with hands. Even though it doesn't seem like it. Download that exercise, work that out. It'll help you a lot with all of this, fat fingers or no. If you don't have it, that's not a problem. You can get it for free. Check the description below this if you're looking at it on YouTube, and you'll go right to a link where you can download that exercise and thin out those fat fingers. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again soon.